Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I think I mentioned it a few times, but I picked up the Kosas BB Burst Tinted Gel Cream to give it a go and try it out. I'm going to do a whole week's worth of wear test like I did with the Isabella foundation. I feel like this is going to be more up my street, provided it wears nicely and works well, than this one, and I feel like then I can have this as my daytime going to work, simple makeup. And this could be more for like evening for a bit more coverage. But I'm excited to give this a go. I picked it up off Naturissimo. It was £34. I'll quickly read a bit of the description for you. So it says, your everyday makeup and skincare essential. This clean tinted gel cream delivers a hydrating burst of serious skincare, light buildable coverage and a blurring effect for a vibrant, fresh look. It's natural hydrated finish, comfy, refreshing feel, serious peptide powered skincare and prettiest skin ever, which is quite a claim. So we're going to give it a go today. I've got the shade 12, light neutral. Whether that's going to be the right shade I don't know, but as it's going to be quite light coverage, I feel like you can kind of get away with not necessarily getting the precise shade right. So we're going to give it a go today. So today will be a first impressions, and I will do a wear test, and like I said, I'll do a series of wear tests throughout this video as well over the week. Okay, so this is what it looks like, the bottle. So quite a different kind of bottle. I have looked, they have both got 30ml of product in there, so because this one looked like it had a little bit less, but the exact same amount of product in both of these. So I am intrigued to try. I like the kind of colour theme, it looks quite fun for summer. So let's give it a go. Okay, so I'm not going to use any primer, and I am going to be kind and use the Kosas concealer and powder with it for this time anyway. I will mix up the products throughout the week, but I'm just going to do my usual kind of base routine for when I do go to work. So it's very much a bit of foundation, concealer, cream blusher, a bit of highlight, the e.l.f. Glow and a pop of powder, and that's pretty it. So very simple. We'll do like matte wear tests, cream wear tests, like all of it throughout the week. But okay, so let's actually start with the foundation. Let's see if it's easier to pump out. Oh, that's much easier than the Revealer foundation. Okay, so I'm just going to do probably about this much to begin with, and we'll see how well it goes. I'm going to use the Real Techniques sculpting brush. It's one of my favourite brushes for applying foundation, so that's what I'm going to use today. It does say you can use your hands, but I do prefer to go in with a brush. To be fair, that kind of amount I pumped out is doing almost my entire face, so that's quite good. I'm going to do a slightly smaller pump just to kind of finish off with the forehead. Okay, so that is just the one layer on. It looks really quite pretty on the skin. Obviously, like, blemishes are still showing through. It does say it's a lightweight foundation. It's going to be quite like a no makeup kind of situation, which you can build up. So I might try and go in with a bit more, but it isn't meant to be like a medium or a full coverage. It's definitely kind of evened out the redness in my cheeks though, which I'm happy about. It blends really nicely. Obviously, you can still see the freckles. I feel like it's quite shiny, so it's definitely something that you're going to want to set a little bit, at least in the T-zone area. But overall, it looks very pretty. The shade absolutely fine, like I said, because it's quite a light coverage. I feel you can kind of get away with if it's not quite accurate. But yeah, that is layer number one. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm just going to add a little bit more to the chin. I like how everything else is looking at the moment, so I don't want to build any more on that. So I'm just going to do a bit more on the chin just to see if you can reduce the blemish ever so slightly, but we can go in with concealer for that afterwards. Okay, so it's definitely reduced some of the redness. It's still peeking through slightly, but you can go with a little bit extra on this. I think I'm going to leave it there because I'll just go in with concealer. But obviously straight away I think it looks quite pretty. I definitely need to do some kind of powdering with this, so it's very shiny. But it looks quite pretty on the skin. So yeah, obviously I don't want to say anything too positive about it because we haven't done a wear test or anything, and this is very much first impressions. I need to do a lot of wearing with this and seeing how it goes. But I do like how natural it looks on skin. I think potentially it could be quite pretty and really nice for an everyday look. So yes, let's go in with the rest of my products now. Okay, so let's go in with the concealer. I have mine in 01N. Pop a little bit under the eyes. We'll do a bit around the nose because of the redness. And we'll go on the chin, but I'll just do this bit of the chin. Taking my usual concealer brush, I'm just going to buff that out. Okay, usually I would then go in with this just to add a bit of glow to the cheeks, but I'm actually going to miss this step because I feel this could be a bit of a disaster. I think it's glowy enough to not need this. Maybe later in the week I will give it a go with this, but I think for this time I'm going to give this one a miss. Okay, so next is my blusher. So I've got the Honest Beauty blusher here in Coral Peach. I'm going to use the exact same brush and I'm just going to add it to the high points of my cheeks. So as mentioned, this is kind of my usual base routine to kind of go to work on an everyday basis. And final step is to go in with the Kosas Cloud Set. And I'm just going to set a little bit in the T-zone area, but I'm going to still keep this nice and glowy for now. Like I said, later in the week it might be a full matte look, just to kind of put it to its test. But yeah, I'm going to go in with this next. I'd just like to stipple this on. So as mentioned, I'm being very kind by using the Kosas concealer and powder for the first wear test, but I will use other products throughout the week. Okay, so that is the skin done. I've just added a quick lip oil on. But this is how we are looking. I think it looks really pretty. I do think I'm going to come back looking relatively shiny at the end of the day. So we'll just see how it goes. I think it looks really pretty on the skin. Very lightweight, very natural looking. So I'm intrigued. So the time is almost 9:30. I'll come back later and we'll see how well it's done. And like I said, throughout the week I'll do a bit more kind of testing it and putting it through its paces. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Okay, so it's now 4 o'clock. It's been just over 6 hours since when this foundation's been on my skin for. I know not particularly long, it's just a Sunday, I'm not doing too much, but throughout the week I'll be going to work and stuff and going on little walks, so we're getting a bit more of a test. But this is what it is looking like. Shine wise, not as shiny as I thought I was going to be honest. Like I said, I haven't done too much today, so that could kind of contribute to that, but I don't think it looks too bad. It's, oh, my nose is always a problem area. You can see it's kind of come off here. Chin's not doing too bad, I don't think. Yeah. I'd say overall this hasn't done too bad. Obviously throughout the week, like I said, I'll try it with different products, matte to cream, but also I'll be a bit more busy in the weekdays than I am for today. So we'll get a bit more of a insight as to what it's going to be like. But off this first impressions and test number 1, I don't think it looks too bad. You have to let me know your thoughts as I go, but so far so good. Okay, day 2 of doing a wear test of the BB Burst. I'm going to do an all cream look today. It's meant to be kind of one of the colder, wetter days today, so I think I'm going to be safe with doing an all cream, and it shouldn't hopefully be too bad. It's meant to be quite warm tomorrow, so I am going to be kind and do a bit more of a matte look. But yeah, let's see how well this lasts today. Okay, I'm going to prime my skin first. I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 to prep and prime just to give it a bit of a chance. Hopefully it should get a bit more of a wear test today because I'm at work. We're a bit busier, whereas yesterday when I did the initial one, it was Sunday and it was quite a lazy Sunday. So this should have a bit more of a test today. I'm going to go in with concealer. This is the Kosas one. Okay, next I'll go in with my blusher. This is the Honest Beauty in Coral Peach. Okay, so that is the base done. Now it's not as shiny as I discovered yesterday without the lights on, so I will see if I can show you a natural light. But I am slightly concerned about doing this with no setting at all, but we'll have to see how it goes. I'm going to quickly finish off the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back. And like I said, if it gets light, should hopefully be lighter-ish soon. I can show you how not so shiny it actually is. Okay, I've gone ahead and quickly done the rest of my makeup, so this is how we're looking before I head off. Like I said, I'm slightly concerned about the T-zone area, but without these lights on, I do think I look less shiny, so I'll try and capture that at some point today. But yeah, we'll see how well it lasts. The T-zone area could be an issue, but I'll have to update you as I go. So it's almost at 6:10. I'll be back from work in about 9 hours or so, so we'll see how well it's lasted and I'll keep you updated. Okay, I'm back from work. Apologies, I forgot to do a lunchtime check-in, but it is almost 5:10. So what is that, good? Almost 11 hours that it's been on my skin. So I am looking quite shiny. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely broken up a little bit around my nose and starting to on the chin. But everything else still looks quite pretty. And I wonder, like, if I had powder throughout the day, whether it would still kind of hold up in those areas. But obviously no powder today at all. So yeah, I don't mind it. I'm quite shiny, to be fair, but I'm not, obviously I've got the studio lights on so it can appear quite shiny, extra shiny, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be fair, so I'm quite impressed with that. Tomorrow we're going to do like a full powdered look just to see what it's like, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so on to day 3 of the BB Burst. I'm going to go for an all powdered look to see how well this lasts throughout the day. I am going to be kind still and use the Kosas concealer and powder, but as of tomorrow I will switch up kind of those products just to see if it works well with other products as well. I'm going to go in with the powder and set the skin. I'm going to use my little setting brush for my T-zone area and switch to a slightly bigger brush for everywhere else. My face powdered. I wouldn't say it's looking flat. It's still got a little bit of dimension to it, which is quite nice. Okay, next I'm going to go in with a bit of powder bronzer, using Alima Pure for this. And then going on some blusher, and this is Hourglass Ethereal Glow. Okay, this is what my skin is looking like, all powdered. It's looking very smooth, quite blurred. Obviously a lot of the shine is gone now, but it's not looking flat. I mean, that blusher has a bit of sheen to it, which is quite nice. Yeah, giving just a soft appearance on the skin. So yeah, I'm going to quickly do the rest of the makeup and then I'll come back. Okay, I've gone ahead and just quickly done the rest of the makeup, ready for work. This is how we're looking. It's definitely given the skin a softer, slightly more blurred appearance, I think, by setting it. I think I missed the kind of glow though, but I'm happy that my T-zone is set. I imagine, as it usually is kind of the way it goes, this is going to last better than not being set, but we'll see what it's like. The time is 5:45 in the morning, so I will come back later. We'll see how well it is worn, and yeah, stay tuned. Okay, I am back from work. It is 4:30. So again, about 10-hour wear test, and this is what my skin is looking like. So I'm still getting some shine coming through despite the fact we set everything. So I think there's definitely going to be something that if you are super oily, you're probably not going to like this. But if you've got more of the dry skin or maybe a combo, then potentially this is going to be for you. I really like the glowy skin, so this doesn't bother me. And actually for 10 hours, not too bad at all, I don't think. But yeah, this is how we're looking. A little bit broken up around my nose, not as bad as yesterday, and again the chin not as bad as yesterday, so setting it definitely makes a bit more of a difference. So tomorrow I'll come back with not the Kosas concealer and not the Kosas powder, just to kind of mix things up and see how it wears with just other products in general, so stay tuned for that. So on to wear test number 4. So I'm going to do kind of a mix of the powdered T-zone but glowy kind of parameters, but I'm going to mix up some of the other products that I use for today's wear test. So I really wish I had my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer still, because I think that would have been quite a good test with this to see if that helps with the chin area and the nose area. I do have aloe vera gel here, which does give a little bit of a tackiness to the skin when applied. So I'm going to try that as like an alternative primer for today. Okay, so I'm going to go in like a concealer powder combo for today, and I'm going to use the Lily Rose Beige Mineral Concealer. I thought it'd be interesting to see what it's like with this, because like I said, it is a concealer, but it kind of doubles up as a powder slightly, so we'll give this a go for today. I'm going to use a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to gently pat on the areas I need to. Okay, so I've used it as a concealer, and now I'm just going to use it in the areas I would do for setting. You know, I am going to risk a bit of the e.l.f. Halo Glow for today, just on kind of the real high points. In with cream blusher, this is Lily Rose in Peony. That's pretty pink blush. Okay, so this is how the base is looking. As it stands right now and how it looks right now, I really love the mineral concealer with this foundation. It makes it look very flawless. I almost prefer the finish of it in comparison to the Kosas concealer with the powder on top of this. So I'm intrigued to see how well that wears. I'll just quickly do the rest of my face and then I'll come back. Okay, rest of my makeup is done, ready for work. Like I said, I really like how that mineral concealer is currently sitting on top of that foundation. It looks really kind of flawless, but also really lightweight. Because obviously it's just the one layer, it's not concealer and powder, it's kind of 2 in 1 almost. So I'm really intrigued to see how this lasts throughout the day, and yeah, I'll check in later. Okay, back from work, it is 4:45, and this is how my skin is looking. I'm loving this. Okay, some shine is coming through here, a little bit on my forehead. Obviously I didn't set any of this bit, so that's fine, but nothing's really broken up here, and nothing's overly broken up my nose. This is probably the best it's looked after a day's work, which I'm really happy about. So maybe that mineral concealer with this foundation is going to work. So I'm intrigued with how this goes. I might do this combination again and see if it's still just as good. So I'm really enjoying this so far, and let me know your thoughts, and we'll do day 5 tomorrow. Okay, wear test number 5 with the Kosas BB Burst. So I'm going to use the mineral concealer again because I really loved how it looked at the end of the day yesterday, and even much later, before I took my makeup off, it still looked really good. I wish I shot a clip actually. So I'm going to try that again today, but I'm going to try it without the aloe vera gel as like the tacky primer, just to make sure or just to see whether it's a combination of the two or if it is just a concealer that's made it really look lovely. So that's my plan for today. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my base, and I'm going to do all cream products. So I went in with the Hint Beauty concealer but in the shade Deep, to add a bit of like a cream bronze. And now I'm just going in with Lily Lello's cream blush in Dahlia. So I'm going for a bit more of a bronzy look for today, I feel like. Okay, so this is how the skin is looking so far. Like I said, I really love how the mineral concealer sits on top of that foundation. So let's see if throughout the day it's that which makes it kind of wear really nicely in the T-zone area. But I'm going to quickly do the rest of my makeup and come back. Okay, so I opted for a bit of a no eye makeup day today. I kind of liked how the skin looked. So I just popped a little bit of something through the brows and then this on the lips, and I quite like how it looks. So this is how we're looking before I head to work. The time is 10 to 6 and I'll come back at the end of the day and I'll show you how it's worn. Okay, I'm back from work. It is 4:30 and this is how we are looking. I really like this mineral concealer over Kosas foundation. Yes, my oils are starting to peek through, but what I like about it in comparison to the other tests is that it's not breaking up as badly or at all like the other with the concealer and the powder, which is really odd because obviously they're both from Kosas. So yeah, I'm really liking this combination, so I want to continue with it. I will do probably one more wear test, I think tomorrow. I'm going to go back to the Kosas concealer, probably the aloe vera gel. I'm going to use the collection powder to mix up the powder, and I might go on a bit of setting spray as well. And I think that'd be kind of enough tests, I think, because that's 6 tests to know what I feel about this foundation. But yeah, I love how my skin's looking at the end of the day. Yes, a bit shiny, but nothing's really broken up. It doesn't look horrible, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, stay tuned for the very last test. Okay, final wear test of the BB Burst Kosas today. So I'm decided I'm going to go in with the aloe vera gel as my base. I'm going to go back in with the Kosas concealer, but try the collection powder this time, and finish off overall with the setting spray. So let's see how well this lasts throughout the day. It's the collection pressed powder. I'll set the T-zone area with this. I'm going to go in with my Honest Beauty Coral Peach blusher. Okay, makeup is done. This is how I'm looking at the moment. So everything's looking really nice. I think the mineral concealer gave a bit more flawless finish, a bit more filter finish. This still looks really nice. So I will come back after work. We'll see how well my foundations last, and then I'll round up this video and do my final thoughts on this foundation. Okay, I'm back from work and this is how I'm looking. So shiny on the chin as always, and a little bit around the nose. Everything else also didn't set this area, so this is going to look kind of glowy. But I think overall it actually still looks quite nice. So I'm happy with this foundation. I'm glad I picked it up, and I think I'll get a lot of use out of this. I think I will have to play with it when it gets to kind of any heat waves that we may have in the UK. Especially T-zone, I'm going to have to do a lot of powdering, I think. Maybe some tacky primers, setting sprays, just to kind of help with the longevity. If you've got dry skin, I think this is going to work really nicely for you. And yeah, I like it. Weirdly, with the concealer and powder, I felt this performed the worst. I felt like the mineral concealer from Lily Lello worked the best, and actually using the Kosas concealer with the collection powder wasn't too bad either. So weirdly, the concealer powder combo on top of this, even though it's the same brand, for me just didn't quite work with this foundation, which is unusual, but quite interesting to see as well. But I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. I would recommend this if you like kind of like light coverage, something that's quite natural on the skin, maybe a bit of glow. I think, yeah, it's quite a nice foundation, so I imagine I'm going to get quite a lot of use out of this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please leave your thoughts down below. Any recommendations for future videos as well, leave down below. And yeah, I think this rounds us up. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.